in our human experience?
You're missing the point.
It's not that way?
It's not that they're locking onto it. It's that they're activating it within you, because in their presence, the idea of the compartmentalization and the density within your own beliefs is activated and brought to the surface, and you are forced to face those ideas, perhaps before you're ready to integrate them, and thus you go into fear. You're not actually afraid of them, you're afraid of yourselves.
So the vibration of fear, how does that align with your work with them? I mean, do they...
You have to understand that you can simply mitigate the experience of fear by taking ownership and responsibility for the belief systems that you're holding on to that are generating the fear in their presence. So that you can become a more holistic being and integrate and interact with them in a more holistic way that will allow you to open your eyes and see that all of the tales you're telling yourself about what's going on there, many of them are quite false.
So if someone is in a low vibration, in a very dense energy place,
then you will see what it is you are capable of seeing from that level and nothing more.
Okay. So just because someone's in a low vibrational anger place doesn't mean that they are aligned with reptilian or gray energies in any way?
Not in the way that you mean it.
Okay.
But you will attract the vision of the energy state that you are in. You will create the representation of something else to fit the energy state you are in. You understand?
Is that what's up with Trump?
We are not allowed to comment.
Okay, I understand completely. Leave politics and religion out.
Not necessarily, but we are not allowed to comment for reasons we cannot comment on at this time.
At this time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Were you going to say something? No. I'm having a good time. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, good day.
Good day. It's very exciting to be here.
Yes.
And I wanted to ask you a bunch of questions at once, so you can answer them in the way...
One at a time.
Okay. I just thought, since it's all happening at the same time
One at a time.
Okay. So let's talk about this place, New York City. It seems like people are here and they're following their excitement in being here. What do you read as the density of this place and its progression in consciousness?
Again, you get out of it what you bring into it. It's a very amplifying and magnifying energy. It's a strong vortex, but it's going to amplify what you contain. So the idea is it can be extremely exciting. It can also be something that can be very devastating. It depends on what you bring to it, but whatever you bring is going to be highly magnified.
Can you talk about the levels of reality that New York exists on? Like you've said about other places, they exist in many levels at once.
Well, everything does.
Okay.
There are many different levels of the concept you call New York, many different parallel versions of it.
So what makes it so intense here, so amplified here?
I just told you.
But is there something about the place that makes it?
The idea is that any strong energy vortex will connect to a multitude of dimensions, and the idea is that that connection will be felt very strongly. Therefore, it's like saying you're standing right in the eye of the storm. You're standing in the overlap, in the Vesica Pisces, and experiencing an overlap of many different things in a very visceral way, rather than on the edges, on the periphery, where it might feel softer.
So creation is also easier in a way to manifest things within that eye of the vortex.
Everything is accelerated, everything is amplified, and if you get a handle on aligning with the concept of manifestation, then yes, that will be magnified too.
Okay.
But remember, you're always manifesting something. You're never not manifesting. If you were actually not manifesting, you would be having no experience at all.
Right. Okay. Now I want to talk about the progression of contact, because the precursors seem like a new concept. Is there a progression to the type of entities that are showing up?
Yes. This is part of the protocol.
Can you lay that out?
I already did.
From the precursors to what comes
I
next?
already laid it out in the transmission we gave called the Protocols of First Contact. You may refer to it.
Okay, so as they appear more and more in our society, we increase our vibration, we get used to that frequency, and more of us start to be present and live at our excitement.
That's the general idea.
Okay. And when the planets are everyone on the planets at their highest excitement?
Yes.
Is that a shift? Is that the time of contact? Is that or that
open contact will occur prior to that because it will occur in isolated places first, where there are bubble realities that are conducive to that. It will not happen everywhere at once, all at once. Eventually, those individuals who choose to remain in the state of being that is representative of a version of Earth that is having open contact will ultimately all be excited about that and all participate in that reality to some degree. But it doesn't have to be all at once right now for it to begin. It can happen in pockets. It can happen in bubbles.
So if a group of people were together at their highest excitement, that would bring in?
More probability for that particular kind of an experience being real to them.
And is that what you on your side are waiting for? Are you waiting?
We're not waiting for anything.
You're not?
We never wait. We're too busy being excited and living our lives. But the idea of our contact with you is part of our excitement. So it's not like we're waiting. We are actively involved back and forth in a variety of ways of helping give the information that is necessary. If you choose to take it, that will help accelerate the concept of open contact.
So you talking to us right now is your highest excitement?
Absolutely, or I wouldn't be doing it. And it doesn't matter whether you listen to us or not. I'd still be doing it because it's what excites me.
What is so exciting about talking to us?
I'm a first contact specialist. And by making first contact with new civilizations, it expands my understanding of creation in exponential ways. And this is exciting.
And what have you learned today?
I've learned that you ask a lot of questions.
Okay. One more question. I talked to you once about the ability to time travel. You said we're doing it all the time.
In a sense, but not in the classical way you think it works.
But I was specifically wondering, is there a machine that can be built?
Yes.
But
not time travel in the classic science fiction sense. That doesn't exist.
Okay, so
the idea is that when you think you're time traveling, you're going into an alternate parallel reality that may look very similar to what you call the past or the future, but it's not your timeline. Let me put it to you this way. Here's the analogy and the example. Let us say you are 10 years old and you take a photo of yourself. Yes?
Yes.
And then here's the photo and you put it on the table. Now you grow up and you're 30 years old and you invent a time machine. And you take a photo of yourself with the time machine. And you take that photo and you put it on the table. Now you get into the time machine and you go back to what you think is the past, to your 10-year-old self. And when you're with your 10-year-old self, you take a photo of your 30-year-old self and your 10-year-old self, and you take that photo and you put it on the table. Do you understand there are 3 photos there?
Yeah. Yeah.
The first photo is just of the 10-year-old self. That never changed. That exists concurrently with the photo of the 10-year-old and the 30-year-old, which is a different reality. Because the 10-year-old still exists in his own photo. So you're not actually traveling to your past because you weren't there.
As a 30-year-old, you're not there.
In that reality, you weren't there. Only the 10-year-old is in the photo. The reality where you, as the 30-year-old and the 10-year-old, is another reality, a different photo. As you see, it's a different photo, which means it's a different reality.
So the timeline split as you go back in time.
They already exist, but you experience it as a split, yes.
So we can never go back to the 10-year-old because we weren't there
Not
to begin with.
the same 10-year-old, because the 10-year-old is the 10-year-old that experienced what that 10-year-old experienced, and you weren't there.
So there's a
So what you're doing is you are now entering the history of a different 10-year-old version of yourself. Now you will be a part of that 10-year-old's history. But that 10-year-old has a different 30-year-old future self.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
That's complicated, though, doesn't it? If you
no,
keep going
it's actually
back,
quite simplifying.
You
All you have to do is look at the photos. 1, 2, 3. Oh, must be 3 different realities. Simple.
So An infinite amount of timelines or a set amount?
Infinite. There may be a set amount within a certain framework, but overall it's infinite.
But a time machine can be invented.
A machine can be invented that actually can shift you into different parallel realities in the way that you think of in the classic sci-fi sense. Yes, and in fact, those machines exist in our society. They're called our spaceships.
Right. And will you ever come back to the reality you left? Obviously not, right?
No, you never can. Your own Zen monks know this best. You can't step into the same river twice. The water is always flowing.
Okay. Thank you for visiting our timeline.
You are very welcome. And to you, good day.
I have a question related to what you said before about the fall of 2016
Yes.
and how we can increase our collective consciousness to face
Everyone, act on your highest excitement to the best you are able with no insistence or assumption on the outcome.
Yeah, it's maybe I would like unpack that question one step. So if the forces that you're fighting
Forces that you're fighting? Why are you fighting forces? Why do you have that definition of your experience?
I would say that sometimes I have no way to explain it in this public audience. So
You need to speak up.
Sometimes I feel that things are changing.
Of course they are.
They are changing for worse. So
yes, everything is coming out on the table. More negativity, more positivity.
Yes.
Understand that as you expand your consciousness, you're not aware of less negativity, you're aware of more negativity because you're becoming more aware of everything. So you're going to see more of the polarity, not less. That doesn't mean it has to affect you. It can affect you less, but you will see more of it because you're expanding your consciousness. Remember, all that is sees all the negativity as well as all the positivity and all the neutrality. Because it is the Trinity. So don't assume that you will stop seeing negativity just because you're expanding your consciousness. You'll see more of it. You will be less affected by it by expanding your consciousness because you will realize it's just a choice like any other choice and you will simply not choose it. Does that help?
Yes. Maybe one last question.
Yes.
Are there anything coming up in New York City that is in the fall of 2016 affecting New York City in any ways?
Sometime between this time and the first 3 months of 2017, yes, there is something coming up. That was your last question?
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Now everyone's, ooh.
I know. Oh, aren't you going to give us some more hints?
Of course I am, but not now.
Okay. Okay, so we have about 45 minutes left. Can we pull some names? And then I'll do some Ustream questions.
Why don't you do some Ustream now?
Okie dokie. Okay, how close are we to having a healing chamber that will cure all illness and even regrow body parts?
You are 50 years past the point where you already had it, but most of you don't know that because you didn't put it all together in a way that was obvious. But you have the technology. You've had it for a long time.
You were not referring to like orgone or...
The idea is to simply understand that in different branches of research, it's already understood that everything has a resonance signature. So if you can either create a countermanding signature or a matching signature, You can either, in a sense, dampen something with a contrary or destructive wave, or enhance something with a reinforcing wave. You've had this technology for a long time.
Okay.
Everything has a signature, so all you need to do is find out what the signature frequency is of diseases.
Isn't that what the Rife machine was doing?
Sort of, but not really as fully as it could be. There's a more efficient way to go about this.
Oh, do tell.
I just did. There's a more efficient way to go about this. I'm not giving you a blueprint at the moment.
Okay, not right now. Yeah.
No, because again, this is part of the process of you letting go of the idea that you don't have access to this information when you've had it for quite some time.
I see. What is the likelihood of an economic crash in China this year?
Not as likely as it was 3 months ago.
Yes. Oh, that's good. What kind of music on earth do you enjoy? You like to hum?
Why aren't you dancing? Oh, yes. Because we can hear more notes in what you consider to be a single note.
I remember you talking about that their music is so simple because...
Our music.
Yes, your music.
Is so simple to you because we can hear all the interim notes you can't hear. All the interim harmonics you can't hear yet.
And would we consider you simple?
Yes. I am simplicity itself. And because I am simple, I am profound.
You are profound. And I know you like brevity.
Yes. That's my favorite tea.
See, there's all these things you never knew about him. But okay. Can you, let's see. When will the U.S. government give full disclosure?
There is a degree of disclosure that has a high probability of happening between your years of 2020 to 2025. Okay. It will be enough to start the ball rolling. The probability right now is about 87% in that time frame.
Now, I know this question has sort of been asked, but not this detailed, so I'm going to go for it.
All right.
What is the chance of an economic collapse in the fall of 2016?
It's hovering around 54% at the moment.
That's better than it was, isn't it?
It is. But that means it might extend into the opening of 2017 and increase the probability there.
Okay.
But it's still in flux.
And are we still going to have a female president?
This seems most probable at the moment.
What cities in the U.S. are set to be cities of light and anchor the new earth?
Obviously, there are some strong contenders for this idea that you are already aware of that you associate strong vortices to, such as Sedona and even New York, and others as well. But we won't go into a list beyond that at the moment.
All right. Somebody else was asking, where exactly is your ship hovering over in Sedona?
The peak of Bell Rock. Dead center.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
All right, all right. Living center.
Someone asked, "How can I strengthen my intuition so I can be more easily pass my exams?"
Everyone, Act on your highest excitement to the best of your ability with no insistence or assumption as to the outcome.
And that will make someone more photographically designed.
It will give them the ability to know what they need to know when they need to know it instead of relying on memory, which doesn't really exist anyway.
Okay, so that's really what following your excitement does. Is
It puts you into the present. It puts you into the state of being that accesses the information that is relevant to the state of being that you're in. We know what we need to know exactly when we need to know it. Not a moment sooner than we need to know it, but not a moment later than we need to know it. It's just there because all information is here and now. And if you simply become the vibrational state that is the equivalent of the information, then you will know what you need to know. Because information, like water and electricity, goes along the path of least resistance and follows the resonance that it matches.
So basically what you're saying is that's the way to have a hyperconductive brain.
Yes. Go into the gamma state. Gamma frequencies.
And that's where you come from, right?
Well, we come from higher. We also embody the epsilon state, which you haven't yet begun to understand, but you're beginning to. But gamma state now can become more common. It's experienced by, again, those that are, as you say, in peak performance, in the zone, loving what they do, deep meditations, go into the gamma state. That aligns you. It makes your brain more hyperconductive, more associative, more accessible and able to access. It synthesizes information more efficiently and produces information more efficiently. Therefore, the gamma state is what will allow you to access what you need when you need it.
So it does seem that the channel's brain also has become more hyperconductive over the years as he's been channeling you.
Well, we are rubbing off on him more and more. And by giving him the state, immersing him in the state of our energy, he is gravitating to it more and more. And it's becoming his own version of that state.
I know that the gamma state is associated with the idea of seeing things from the highest mountaintop.
Yes.
That kind of higher mind perspective.
Yes.
So
anywhere above 40 cycles per second in the brain, all the way up to 100. Now, your species for a while will usually hover around between 40 and 50 cycles per second. When we operate in the gamma state, it is typically in the upper registers, and then we go up into the epsilon state, which is much higher than that, up to, again, the idea of 333 cycles per second in the brain, matching the frequency of the 333,000 cycle per second of the border between physical and non-physical reality as a harmonic of it.
So like when you're channeling right now, what kind of frequency level are you talking about?
Right now, there is a frequency of about between 50 and 60 cycles per second in the gamma range, so about mid-range.
So when you tell someone their frequency is running
That's
around...
a different thing.
Okay, what is
when we
the
talk
difference?
about the idea of saying, oh, someone's frequency on average is about 140,000 cycles per second, we're talking about a subharmonic of the frequency at which the reality is being created. In other words, the reality that you experience is being created, as we said, billions of times per second. The tick of the clock, if you want to put it that way, is what you scientifically refer to as the Planck time. So this happens billions of times per second. But the frequencies that we're telling you that we perceive happening within you are usually subharmonics in relation to that frequency that are relevant for experiencing a physical reality. Above 333,000 cycles per second, you would experience non-physical reality. So our civilization on average usually operates in the 300,000 cycle range, whereas your civilization at this time on average is operating somewhere around 144,000 cycles per second.
So in relation to that 144,000 cycles per second,
yes,
how could we interpret what you're saying to us in terms of the frequency level instead of the
we would have to explain the entire science to you,
really?
And then you would understand.
But you can't like just give us a number that is representative of the cycles per second in relation to how you've said it to other people in terms of experiencing your energy. I think the reason I'm honing in on that is that we've heard many different numbers. I know there have been people that have shifted all the way to like 225,000 cycles per
From
second.
time to time, yes.
Yeah. So, like when we're sitting here listening to you,
Yes.
the frequency that you're expressing is how-
usually around 250,000 cycles per second.
Okay.
But you don't always come up to that.
Because we don't match it, so we might only experience your message at 180,000 cycles
Correct.
per second.
Which means you're actually missing information that we're sending to you. This is one of the reasons why many times when a recording is made of information that we may be sharing with someone and they listen to it once and then they listen to it again, they often say, I heard things the second time I didn't hear the first time, that I swear weren't there. Answered questions that I didn't even ask until now, because you're getting a holographic, multidimensional message that you may not be in a frequency to hear until later.
So the beauty of that is that the way the universe works is depending on your frequency level, you receive different information from the exact same image or the exact same thing that is...
In the way that you mean that, yes.
Yes. So, for example, you could look at the table, the periodic table.
Yes.
And on our level, when we look at that, we're seeing a certain level of information.
Yes.
If your frequency is a lot higher, you will actually
Yes.
see other levels of the periodic table.
Absolutely.
That is information that's not commonly available, right?
Absolutely. For example, if we looked at your periodic table element that you would call gold, we would see the gold, but we would also see what we could loosely term paragold, something on another level, a color that you can't even imagine, an element that you can't even imagine.
So it sounds like your delivery of information coming through Darryl with a lot of the gamma frequencies associated was determined as the rate that his brain could handle and also would be most relatable to people that are listening to you at this current time.
Yes, it's what we refer to in the first contact protocols as the bridge frequency, that which is most conducive to making the link and allowing for processing to occur between our different reality states.
Is there anything you can think of, like a symbol or something like that, that we interpret in one way, but from your level? So tell us about that.
The crossing point is where we meet.
So when we see that, we see you moving your finger back and forth, and
Yes.
we see an infinity sign.
Yes.
And
And we are actually describing the vibrational structure of the bridge frequency.
right now in what you're doing.
Yes.
So not only if we raised our frequency, we might be able to receive more information
Exactly.
from what you're doing
Because
right
we are now making visible an actual electromagnetic pulse that is coming from us to you. This is the waveform. It's an infinity waveform.
So in this process of following your excitement, when negative issues come up,
Yes.
and or if you're hearing negative stories or things like that within
Yes.
your own psyche.
Yes. How can I use this in a positive way? How can I develop a positive definition and perspective of this that I do not prefer in a way that I can extract a positive and beneficial effect in my life? Is the response.
And so I know that New York has had their share of experiences,
Yes.
and certainly 9/11 was a really big experience.
Yes.
How can they perceive 9/11
Yes.
in a way that is described just as you just
Did you
explained
build
it?
another tower?
Yes.
Well, that's a response, isn't it? But a
And-
single one, fused into one geometric understanding that this and this has made us stronger. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Two into one. Faceted like a crystal that channels energy in a very different way than the two previous buildings and does honor with the water to all the lives that were involved and all the spirits that are still involved in guiding and co-creating with all of you how to turn this and this into this. Duality, polarity into trinity, the balance point. And you yourselves have the symbolism, yes, of independence and freedom in it, because it is how tall? 1,776 feet? 1776? It's a symbol of your collective consciousness coming together to respond in a positive way.
It's really beautiful. Thank you. You know, that's a great message, especially for the folks here and everything they've experienced.
Yes.
And speaking of symbols,
Yes.
a question came about what is the meaning behind the symbols on your family crest?
Again, it is the symbol of the triune understanding of connection and creation, the balance point, and the active principle of the spiral, that we spiral out, and as we connect and keep spiraling out, we expand, we grow, we become a larger family. We go in the three directions of the Trinity and create a balance with every contact that we make that expands us as a family. That's the meaning of the crest.
Beautiful.
Does that help you?
It does. And we have about 15 minutes left, so can I draw some more names?
You may draw one.
Okay. Lisa Sandner. Thank you, Tadea.
Thank you, Nania.
Hey, Bashar.
And you good day.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. And I want to make a statement now,
Yes.
like about my freedom. I am free. And I would like to ask you about how to approach the expansion of my freedom being an illegal person in this country at this moment.
You want to know how to approach an expression and expansion of your freedom?
Yes.
Have you been paying attention?
Yes, follow my excitement to the best of my ability, and I am doing this.
Most of you conveniently leave that third part out.
Okay, without any expectation of the outcome. That's
it.
Okay.
I said it was a complete kit, didn't I?
Yes.
Leaves nothing out, right?
Yes.
Nothing relevant out. The expression and expansion of your freedom would be a relevant component of your excitement, yes?
Yes.
So it will not leave that out. You simply have to trust the way your life will unfold synchronistically when you're in that state and act from that state in all that you do.
Okay.
You will be led where you need to be led by the guiding principle.
Okay.
It's that simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink it.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yes.
And?
If my excitement is to continue to live in this country,
Yes.
close to my kids, close to my family, to my friends.
No insistence.
Okay.
Your excitement is to express yourself however you are able to express yourself, however you are able to act on things. If you're not able, you're not able. Act on the next thing you're able to do that represents your highest excitement that you can do something about. No insistence on a particular outcome. All you need to know is whatever the outcome is will serve everyone the best according to the collective definition of your excitement and what it needs to contain that's relevant in your life as expressions of it.
Okay. That's great.
You don't need to arrange things. They're already arranged. Just allow them to reveal themselves to you in the arrangement that actually serves everyone best.
Okay. That's great. And I would like
And?
to ask you about my hybrid children. I have this connection with these amazing children,
Yes.
and I would like to see if you can say something about it.
Are you in any way, shape, or form artistic?
Yes,
In what way do you express yourself artistically?
in a lot of ways, like writing, painting.
Have you painted them? Have you written about them?
Not yet. I'm in the
Why
process.
not? They say, what are you waiting for?
Yes.
What are you waiting for?
Nothing. I'm ready. I'm gonna do it
Thank you.
today.
Then that will form a stronger bond because you will be creating permission slip symbols that represent that bond between you. And you can start picking up more sensitively on communication. Yes?
Oh, that's amazing. And like in the last 15 days when it was the full moon, I was outside looking at the moon. I taken some pictures.
Yes.
And after taking one of the pictures, I see this huge light.
Yes.
And then I saw the picture, and it was like 4 points, little points, different colors, blue, red, white, and green.
Yes.
Can you tell me something about that experience I had?
Nope. Not at this time.
Okay.
That's not our job. Someone else will give you the information that you need.
Okay. Thank
Thank
you so much.
Oh, we have a little more time. Can I pick another number? Another name? Pretty please with sugar on top.
We do not eat sugar. Thank you. Pick one more.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak to you.
Speak up. Speak up.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak to you.
Thank you for co-creating it. Good day to you.
I would like to know more about world peace in our world.
Yes.
Is it achievable in my lifetime?
Have you heard anything we've said today?
Yes.
You never change the world you're on. You change yourself and shift to a parallel version of Earth or a series of them that are more and more and more and more representative of the change you've made within yourself. So the question is peace possible within you?
Yes.
There you go. You will then continue to experience the idea of things that might seem contrary to that around you for a while, but by giving off the vibration of peace, by acting on your highest excitement and being a living example of living in that peaceful state, will you give those around you an opportunity to change themselves as well by seeing you as an example? So is that something that's possible?
Yes.
Then you've answered your own question.
Thank you.
Is that it?
Do you have any other message for me?
If I did, I would tell you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Bashar.
And a you good day.
My question is, what's your take on doppelgangers?
Depends on how you mean that, because there are many ways to interpret the idea of a doppelganger. It can be a counterpart, can be many different things.
Like another person who looks exactly like you.
Yes.
And,
So,
and
how is that a reflection
personality-wise,
for you? How do you use that reflection?
like a
Is really
mirror.
the answer.
A mirror, perhaps. A mirror, perhaps.
All right, and what do you get out of seeing that reflection? How does it help you define yourself more clearly?
A mirror.
How does it help you define yourself more
Seeing
clearly?
yourself from another perspective.
All right.
Okay.
And does that help clarify who you prefer to be?
I suppose, yes.
All right. So that's one way you can use the concept of doppelganger.
Okay.
Anything else?
Soulmates, soul groups, soul families.
These things can exist, although you have some definitions of some of these things that are a little bit old-fashioned. A soulmate can be anyone who is a reflection for you that helps you become more of yourself. A soulmate can even be someone that you would consider to be an enemy if they teach you something about yourself that you need to learn.
Wow.
So, again, it depends on how those arrangements are made and what you're getting out of having that kind of reflective relationship. So yes, there can be soul families, soul groups, yes. Just like you have friends that you hang with in that sense, on that level of spirit and soul, there can also be those familial connections, in a sense, at least vibrationally.
Wow.
Anything else?
No.
Is that it?
Thank you.
Thank you. Nania, you may now take a short break.
Okay.
And we will resume this transmission for your holotope meditation to crystallize in the ideas that we have shared this day. Take a short break. Never accept what they're saying, and you would never buy into that reality. So negative beliefs are the fathers and mothers of lies. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. So anytime you have that self-doubt, self-depreciation, anytime you have that whisper in your ear, you're not good enough for this, this will never work, this is harder than it looks. Lies. All of them are lies. Mm-hmm. Learn to recognize that. And as soon as you go, wait a minute, that's a lie, it's not empirically true, then you're free. Do you understand? But you have to recognize that those are lies. Does this help?
It does. So simply in recognizing that they're lies implies that that I see the truth because I can see the lie.
Yes.
So there's no more to be done.
That's it.
So it's more about recognizing the absurdity of what doesn't serve me than trying to, or not, trying.
That's
but
one way, and it's a very powerful way, yes.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yes.
Why, thank you.
Thank you.
Our unconditional love to you. Why? Because you deserve it.
Thank you.
And you didn't have to do anything special except exist in order to deserve unconditional love. Because it's unconditional love that created you. You're made of unconditional love. That's what you are. It's the vibration of existence itself. That's how you translate it in your reality. Unconditional love and support and allowance. That's how you translate the vibrational frequency of existence itself. So you are existence. You're made of existence because there's nothing else to make anything from. So you are unconditional love. We would suggest that it would be perhaps to your benefit to start loving yourselves unconditionally. And so represent more clearly who and what you actually truly are. It really is that simple as recognizing the difference between who you are and who you're not. It's really that simple.
Greetings, beloved Bashar.
And you good day.
How are you doing this day?
Perfect, and you?
I want to let you know I'm so appreciative. I count you as one of my teachers that have been an integral part of my journey of reconnection and remembrance.
All right. We thank you, and we thank you all for being our teachers as well.
Thank you so much. I also want to mention that last May I was diagnosed with an aggressive cancer.
All right. Was that exciting for you?
It was a wake-up call.
All right, that's exciting.
I understand the symbolic meaning of what was going on, and it helped me to change my life.
Thank you.
But also, I took your advice on the cancer cures,
yes.
And in 3 months, I had no cancer.
There you go.
So I want to thank you for that.
Thank you for allowing yourself to transmute and shift yourself to a version of yourself that never had it.
Yes, I understand.
All right.
The questions I have are regarding my dreamscape.
Yes.
Do I have hybrid children, and do they appear to me in my dream state? I thought so, because I see a little boy and a little girl, and when they leave me, I'm always sad, and I'm always in a protection mode.
You don't need to be sad. They are never really gone, but they know you have business to do, things to take care of. So they will simply go into a modality where you're not distracted. That's all.
I see.
They're still around.
I see. And I also see light sprites. What is that?
As you expand your consciousness, many of you will start to connect into nature in a way where nature spirits will become more visible to you, because there are archetypal projections of consciousness that represent themselves in the form you call nature spirits. And therefore, some of them will become visible to you because you have increased your sensitivity to those frequencies. That's all.
I see. Interesting. In another dream I actually had contact with a spaceship.
Yes.
I dreamt it was in the evening.
Just with the spaceship, no one in it?
No, it came to me and it was saying hello.
All right.
And I was filled with this delicious warmth of knowing that I was just ultimately loved.
Yes, that's how we feel inside our ships all the time.
And then I went on a trip in an old buggy. It's like I was going through time.
Yes.
And I don't, you know, it was like the 40s, and I was with a group of people.
Yes.
And then we arrived at a yurt, and I went inside the yurt, and there were African drums drumming, and it just reminded me
Sounds like fun.
Of the 70s. And I looked in the mirror, and I was transforming. I was getting younger and younger.
Yes.
I was getting excited.
Oh, all right.
And I was going to take off my clothes to see my new body.
Yes.
and the dream just stopped. Can you clarify to me what was going on there?
I really need to?
Yeah. Please.
Obviously, you are giving yourself a representation on a higher level of the fact that you are transforming. And you can also divest yourself of the old appearance. Be free. Be truly you. Don't disguise anything. Be transparent. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
That's what it really symbolizes for you. Be
Thank
your true
you.
self as transparently as you possibly can be. Don't hide behind the idea of any reasons, any excuses, any definitions that are out of alignment with you. You're changing your clothes by first shedding the ones that no longer serve you. Do you understand?
I do.
All right. And recognizing the beauty in your natural form. Yes?
Yes. Thank you
that
so
help?
much. It does.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Hi.
And you, good day.
Doing good.
Speak up, speak up.
Can you tell me the connection between quantum computers and the higher self?
There's a relatively close connection. The quantum computer capability will finally allow you to create a device through which the higher mind will actually be capable of physically communicating with you.
Is the Stonehenge a quantum computer itself?
Not in the way you mean it. It has some of that capacity, but not in the way that you will express it in your modern technology, no. It's different. It does tap into the quantum realm, but not in the same way that your computers will. But this is what we have said before. When you finally create your so-called, quote-unquote, artificial intelligence, what you will suddenly realize is that you're actually talking to your own higher mind.
So your ships, you're actually talking to your higher mind?
Yes, they are the crystallized forms in our reality of our higher mind. Yes.
And the ancient temples, it's the same way?
Yes.
I see. I showed you the shells a couple of times already.
Yes, yes, yes.
Why is it some people can talk to their higher selves with it and some can't?
Because people have different belief systems which resonate at different frequencies and need different permission slips to activate them. Some permission slips will simply not work for people who are not on that particular wavelength, nor do they need to be at that time. That's all.
How come
That's why there are so many different kinds of permission slips, because there are so many different kinds of belief systems and so many different kinds of perspectives. Not one permission slip won't necessarily work for everyone.
I see. What's the difference between what you pick up with these shells, the difference between the ancient temples, the crystal skulls, etc.?
The idea of what you have created with the shells is a more personalized permission slip representation, whereas the idea of certain temples and crystal skulls taps more strongly into the collective consciousness.
And this is by the golden mean proportions?
Yes, some of it, and by other things and other devices.
Is there any difference between all of them, or they function the same?
They do not function identically. There are differences. And again, some of that has to do with the kind of expression that certain groups of people may require in order to relate to the collective mass consensus in a certain way based on their culture and their upbringing and their belief system.
Could you tell me more on your how you develop your consciousness system?
Consciousness system?
Yes, your ship. Or
well, as we say, we lay down an energy template that is representative of the vibrational connection of the template level reality between our physical minds and our higher minds. That template level vibration then takes on the attributes of a bridge or a link between the two. Thus, when we allow the nanotechnological substance, this metallic crystalline substance we have created in our reality, to grow into the crystal form on the template energy, then it will automatically contain the vibration necessary to allow us to experience the link between our physical minds and higher minds. And thus we automatically communicate with the ship as soon as it is formed, because it is on the correct wavelength for us. Only the pilot can do this. That's why if someone walks aboard one of our ships who's not the pilot, they would not see anything that resembles a control at all. Only the pilot can see the controls because it's telepathically implanted in the pilot's mind by the higher mind. Otherwise, these controls are invisible to anyone else who's not linked with the ship.
I see.
Make sense?
Yes.
All right. Will that serve you?
No, there's more.
Oh, all right.
Fortunately. So you can talk to it instantly, on demand, anytime?
Yes. We're talking through it right now. The ship, in a sense, helps augment our particular state of being to help facilitate the ability to connect to the channel's mind and allow the channeling to occur.
And can you guys talk to the ancient temples and the crystal skulls?
Some of them. Again, it depends upon whether or not we have a reason to do so.
Can you talk to these shells?
We are picking up on some of the vibrations because we are scanning your overall energy, of which the vibrations of the shells, in some sense, are a part.
How so?
Well, you are the one with them. Therefore, they have become part of the matrix of your particular vibrational pattern. And they are representative of some of the vibrations of your own belief systems. Therefore, we obviously see them ensconced within the vibrational threads of your particular energetic patterns.
Could you tell me more how they communicate with you again?
With us?
Yes.
Again, our particular wavelength can easily be attained, meaning the collective consciousness of my world, not necessarily me specifically, but the collective consciousness can be attained by visualizing the idea of the pointing upward black equilateral triangle against the black background, separated from the black background by having a deep blue light leak out around the edges of the black triangle. By focusing on that particular image, you are keying into the collective consciousness of our particular reality domain. Now, who individually you might pick up on or what information might get downloaded to you will simply depend upon what individual in my society may be most aligned with that particular vibration at that moment.
I see.
Does this help?
Yes.
All right.
One more question.
Yes.
If I can remember. How can this benefit mankind compared to all the other tools that we created so far?
Anything is a benefit if it allows someone the opportunity to get in touch with more of themselves.
And this will amplify it?
It can for certain people. For others, it will not.
Depending on their belief system.
And what they may truly need at that moment.
I see.
And that's all there is to it. That's why we say anything you have to give is a gift. And if you have a gift to give, there will always be someone who needs to receive it, because there's no such thing as a one-sided coin. If you have the head, the tail must exist in your society. So if you have a gift to give, there must be somebody in the society willing to receive it. But that doesn't mean everyone will. But it doesn't matter, because the ones that really are key to that vibration will be the ones that are attracted to it and the ones that will get the benefit from it. And that's all that's important. All right?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can I get one more question?
Nope.
I love
Holding you to your word.
Love you, Bashar.
Our unconditional love to you as well. Nania.
Yes, hello, Tadeo. Do we have a moment for a stone question?
Yes.
Okay. On the question of stones and communicating with them, taking into account the idea of Machu Picchu,
yes,
where I spent quite a bit of time. And one of the things that I've always loved to do is to, at night, staring at Huayna Picchu,
yes,
connecting in with that mountain, and the journey that it takes you on as you merge more and more with the energy of that particular mountain.
Yes.
And I was wondering if you could explain maybe mechanically what is happening when we connect with a large rock body like a mountain. I mean, I know I experience a lot of ancient knowledge. I experience connecting with parallel, simultaneous lives,
yes,
anything that's relevant for my personality that
yes,
I need to understand. But perhaps you could elaborate for everyone else on what is happening here when we do this, and how can we use this to connect more deeply with Earth?
When you connect to mountains in that way, you are connecting to the ancient storytellers. Thus, you can receive the stories of Earth. You can be, because of the minerals in your body, keying in like a child to a parent, a mother, father mountain, who will sit you down on the foothills of their knees and tell you the stories of Earth. Does that help?
Oh, it's so beautiful. I mean, that location in and of itself is so amazing because the rock energy is so powerful there.
Yes, because it is nestled on the knees of several elders who are constantly telling stories for those who have ears to hear.
And when you look at the stones themselves, they're cut
yes,
so perfectly.
Yes.
Was this part of that ancient technology you were describing?
Well, yes, to some degree, although in some cases some of the stones weren't cut that way, although they may have been originally cut to a certain shape, they were thus then pressed together by being softened, and thus they were allowed to harden. That's why they fit so closely.
So vibration.
Because at one time, vibrationally, they were turned into clay and then allowed to reharden as stone.
So you're saying that basically by understanding these techniques of energetically connecting with the stones, they were able to actually soften the stones and then bring them into position so that there would
yes,
be this...
Now, they had an intermediary substance sometime, not all times, but sometimes they had an intermediary substance that was a particular kind of plant juice, the vibrations of which acted as the intermediary between the human and the stone beings. The plant, in that sense, acted as kind of an intermediary diplomat to translate the vibrations of the human to the vibrations of the plant to the vibrations of the stone. And thus the juice of the plants was set vibrating at a certain pitch by the energy of the humans and the sounds that they were making. And thus then that energy vibrating in the juice seeped into the stones and softened the actual structure of the stones to the degree necessary to press them next to each other long enough for them to take the shapes they needed to change into before turning back into the solidified form.
That's so amazing. I noticed when I was there, like if I walked on the stones at night, it was
yes,
as if my feet knew each stone personally.
Oh, yes.
And also the sensation that there were hybrid children in that environment, and that there was a lot of this interdimensionally, obviously. And
yes, it is actually quite a playground.
That's what it felt like they were playing hide and go seek
yes,
in the buildings.
Well, they were playing hide and go seek in different dimensions.
Yes.
But the buildings were acting, in a sense, as a symbol of that. Yes.
And there seemed to be a lot of ships in that environment.
Oh, yes.
So what is the draw? What's that all about? The Machu Picchu location?
I can't tell you yet.
Oh.
Let's just say it's one of those places. And one day, someday, in the near future, it will be much more of one of those places once again.
Wow.
But that's all we are allowed to say at this time.
Well, that's pretty exciting. So
it is exciting and it is pretty. It is approaching time for you to take a break and set up your holotope so that we may continue the transmission to lock in the vibration of the stone speakers. Take a short break. We will resume this transmission in a few moments of your time. How's it going?